Support the show that supports the scene. Patreon.com/BRLSON. It's pretty much $1 a show. Plus, I'll give you extra stuff, exclusive shows and content, and there are levels to this game as well, including a advertising package, which is cheaper than our normal one. So sign up and support the show that supports your scene. Patreon.com/BRL, son.
BRL, son.
Peace, this is Nelson Dialect. You tuned in to Beats, Rhymes and Life.
This is ISB. You're listening to BRL.
This is Optimus from the almighty Downside Crew.
Yeah, this is Nick Loopy from One Day Spit Syndicate.
What up, it's 360. You're listening to Beats, Rhymes and Life.
Peace, family. This is El Fresh the Lion on Beats, Rhymes and Life. Stay tuned. This is where hip-hop lives.
Pretty good, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Gavin from Beats, Rhyme and Life is in the motherfucking house. Make some noise in the chat. Jetpacks in the chat for Gavin. Sorry about it.
No, it's
How you doing, man?
It's pretty cool, and this is gonna be a unique version of the interviews we normally do, because I normally have like some long-winded intro, but you don't really need an introduction. So
no, go on. Do you know what we want to hear? We want to hear the long-winded intro.
All right, here we go.
You do exactly what you normally do.
Top of the dome. Here we go.
I love it.
It is BRL all across Australia on the Community Radio Network, and now joining us on the program and also live on your Twitch as well. So a whole bunch of people are going to hear this 6 days before it actually broadcasts, but whatever. Joining us is a platinum level artist, one of the biggest names in the genre, and now joining us on the program, we have Seth Sentry. How you going?
I'm good, brother. Thanks for that rousing intro.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, I am eating salmon and vegetables at the same time, so I apologize. I'm going to try and mute my mic when I'm chewing as much as I can. But you got to get it when you can.
Oh, absolutely, and we are catching you mid this insane stream that you're doing. Now, I'm going to drop the normal question, and I'm just going to ask, why did you undertake this? Was this something that you were planning? Because it looks like, through the technology that I've seen in the last hour on this Twitch stream of yours, there's a fair bit of planning and technology behind it. Were you going to do this anyway, or this lockdown sort of make you jump on for now 80-something hours?
Let me tell you there, Gavin, in terms of planning, we decided, when did we go live, chat? Thursday night? We decided on Wednesday afternoon that we were going to do this. So we were going to do a live show at the Evelyn. We've been doing this residency, and then we decided, we were going for the fourth show in a row. We were feeling pumped. We had it all set up, and then the lockdown happened. We're like, oh, fuck. And that kind of meant that we couldn't do the live show, obviously. So we're like, oh, well, maybe we'll just be able to live stream it. So we made plans to instead just do a live stream only rap concert. But then that got cancelled as well, because we couldn't even have the band in the same room together.
Oh.
So then we were fucking bummed out. And then we're like, fuck it, let's just do this marathon, this subathon. And we decided that on Wednesday afternoon. Well, I decided it. The mods it was gutting news for them to hear. And then everyone just came together and smashed it out. So all the tech stuff that we're doing, all the competitions that we've been, because we've been giving away prizes and shit the whole time. So we got a bunch of companies on board, a lot of brand sponsorship. This all came together in like 24 hours.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, pretty crazy, I know. So a lot of emails, a lot of coding, a lot of details. It's been fucking wild, man. And so now we're 87 hours in.
That is completely nuts. And we'll know by the time this actually airs on an actual old radio station that that we'll know the full hours of what you've done. Now, do you get to sleep at all?
Yeah, so I sleep on the couch that's currently behind me in the room.
Oh, that's kind of creepy. So everyone can watch you sleep?
People watch me sleep. I turn the lighting way the fuck down, so no one can really watch my open mouth snoring away, but they can kind of just they know that I'm there. It's a vibe. It's a feeling. They're aware of me. Plus, they can see my cat walking all over my face while I'm sleeping. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. And I've never done anything like this before, and I'm someone who definitely likes my privacy.
Yeah.
So it's been a pretty weird experience, man. But I noticed that a lot of I'm new to the whole Twitch world. We've only been doing it for 8 weeks, but when I looked at other people that have done similar things, a lot of times it's done in a really unhealthy way where they kind of just sit in the dark room, play video games, eat pizza, and stay awake and drink coffee. And we kind of wanted to switch it up and do it a little bit healthier where, the other day I went for a 20-kilometer walk and streamed the whole thing, like took my phone with me as a camera. And a chat while I was away, one of my mods put a little Halo, the video game Halo, put a Halo overlay on the screen, so it looked like I was walking around with an assault rifle from Halo, and I had a health bar and everything. Amazing. So yeah, we're doing that. I ran the guys through a kettlebell workout a couple of times now, so people are working out with me on stream. We're cooking. We're getting sleep, so it's actually pretty good. Like I feel like mentally and emotionally, I feel great. It hasn't been a draining experience. In fact, it's been awesome. I feel invigorated.
Well,
and we're rapping our ass off.
Yeah. I've in all honesty, I've watched about 90 minutes of it now. It is oddly compelling to sort of watch somebody give away video games and go through streams and then even sort of like before, like having to go, there's a lot of background with hooking this up to your end of the stream and everything as well. So it's been interesting, and it's like, I could do some of this, but also there's a part of me that's like, I don't know. Keep going.
Some people in chat have watched like crazy hours. Like, let's do a quick survey.
In fact, I'll watch this
chat.
too.
In chat, guys, be honest. Type the amount of hours. Type the amount of hours that you've watched this stream for since we started. Just as a rough guess, I'd be super interested.
You know what's also cool is there's a bunch of people in here that are listeners to the show. So shouts to the chat that I'm currently reading, and the people that are fans of BRL. Thank you.
Jesus, oh yeah, Libby. Of course, all the mods that are working it have done the whole lot. But wow, that's fucking crazy. 60-ish hours.
Jesus. Have a sleep.
Man. At least 80.
Wow.
At least 80. Wow, fucking hell.
That's absolutely insane. But shouts to all of you. That's some dedication. I wish people would listen to more than 30 minutes of this radio program, but
Maybe you got to start doing some marathons, man.
I was kind of thinking, the idea of a Twitch thing might be an idea, but I haven't got the level of backup here. It'd just be a live stream. That's
the thing. It's like if I didn't have the help and the team, this is impossible.
Absolutely.
It's truly impossible, It would just be me sitting here going fucking insane. So to have the team means that we can do shit. Like we can go for walks outside and we can, because even walking outside seems easy, right? But then you got to think, well, as soon as I walk out the door, everyone finds out where I live, and I'm in trouble.
Yes.
I get doxxed or murdered or something.
Yep.
So we have to do this system where we turn the video off. I jump in my car. I drive a certain distance. Then I start my walk and we turn the video on. So it's like there's a whole thing, but I can't do that by myself.
No, absolutely not.
So the team is like the reason that we can even do this. Yeah, it's been really, really cool.
Shouts to the team.
Shout out, Nerd for President.
Yeah. Oh, and he's been great in the background. I was like, oh God, I wish I had a nerd.
Everyone needs a nerd, dude.
Yeah, I have to do my own nerdy whatever. But let's talk about the album, because that's the reason why I'm supposed to be talking to you. We can use the rest of this for podcast stuff, but let's talk super cool Treehouse.
Yep.
Now, obviously, by the Twitch and everything, there's an overarching nerdy game thing for pretty much, it looks like the entire album. Is this a concept record, or is that just is this your life?
No, it's pretty much just like a spontaneous thing that I did during the first Melbourne lockdown, where I got this like weird burst of inspiration, because all of a sudden, it's not like it made a huge difference to my life personally, because I've been a career musician for 12 years, so my life always kind of is based around being at home, and I'm either at home or I'm on the road. I don't have an office to go to, so nothing really changed for me. But what did change was all of a sudden everybody else was at home, so I didn't feel this weird guilt that I always get from spending so much at home, and it kind of gave me this like inspiration, and I wanted to just start rapping again, because I've been grinding out this other record, Same Old Future, and not really enjoying myself at all, just trying to get it done. And I've been working on it for so long, and what I wanted out of that record kept changing and shifting, and I was just overthinking it so much, and just really hating it, actually, to be honest. And then I started doing this idea where I was like, how about if I just write a song a week, every week, and don't worry about fucking choruses, don't worry about trying to write singles, don't worry about what it's going to say thematically or how it's going to tie in conceptually with the rest of a record. What if I just rap, So I got fans and just for anyone really, but a lot of fans just to send in their beats to my email address, and supercooltreehouse@gmail.com, and they just and so I just started picking beats that I fucked with, and I just would write it over a week. And so on Monday I would hear the beat for the first time, and on Sunday I would record the video and post it up on YouTube and Instagram, and I just kind of kept going, and the momentum really meant that I just was getting, I felt like I was getting sharper and sharper just from doing it constantly, and it, not only that, but it just like reinvigorated my love of rapping. All of a sudden I was enjoying it because I wasn't getting a chance to just sit on the same song for hundreds of hours and hate myself.
Yes.
It was just, you write bars, and then you send them out and you're like, done. Now I just do another one and I don't think about it ever again. And then after 10 weeks, I was like, fuck, we just did a whole album's worth of content in only 10 weeks, which is a record for me because I normally take at least 3 years to write an album. So I was stoked. And then I thought, well, fuck, we might as well make this into a real album. So we went back into the studio after lockdown finished and we remixed and remastered the beats. I redid some of the vocals. Some of the vocals I didn't have to, but some of them I re-recorded, and that became the Super Cool Treehouse album. And then we just added one extra song in there as a little bonus, which was Castlevania, which just got added to Triple J the other day, which is mad. But yeah, so for the most part, this record is just like raps. There's no real choruses. Maybe there's a couple of songs with choruses, but for the most part, it's just raps. And I couldn't be happier with it. It's really, really fun.
It's a really interesting and super cool, for lack of a better pun.
It's very Treehouse.
Yeah,
sorry, I tried.
That's why I was like, oh no. I didn't want to go too far, but then it was like, no, it was already bad enough. Puns are bad.
Well, you got to finish it off.
It's terrible on my part, but it's a cool way to rediscover the sort of love for the recording process by just sort of giving yourself a goal. Like, you've got this much time, you've picked the beat, you record it, you make a quick sort of streaming video, and then sort of 12 months later, you like the concept so much it becomes a record. That's really cool. I think that's awesome.
Well, I think deadlines, it's weird. Like as a rapper, like you kind of, you don't fuck with deadlines, right? you did this so you don't have to work a real job. But then along the way, it becomes your real job anyway, and it actually becomes more work than it would have been if I'd just stayed in hospitality. But deadlines are something that I always try and avoid. Like I'm like, oh no, I don't want deadlines, man. I'm just got to be creative, dude. Just got to let the fucking muse fucking all that bullshit, you know. But then once you actually impose deadlines, that's the only way that shit gets done. So as soon as I'm like, all right, in 1 week I've got to finish this fucking song, otherwise. And I hold myself accountable by telling everybody, hey, I'm going to be releasing a song every Sunday. So that's my accountability. As soon as I've got that deadline imposed, it's amazing how quickly shit starts to happen. And you see it time and time again with albums. And I'm sure you get it as well, even doing the podcasting, like on the radio, sorry. You get like 99% of the work done in 1% of the time always. Just the nature of it. Like it's, you know, it's like that 11th hour rush right at the end. That's when it all happens. And so having these super strict deadlines meant that I was always in that rush stage, and it was super, like, yeah, really great, and really you get a lot of momentum from it.
Oh, working the deadline is, it's kind of invigorating. Yeah, this has to be released weekly. I have bank shows, but I prefer these kind of weekly kind of programs because it's pressure on. You just got to
do it.
Absolutely. It's like, all right, well, I have to, in my head at least, get them done by about Tuesday, Wednesday, and then sort of send them off. I've got a few more days than that, but if it's sort of sent and done that way, then it's like, all right, job done, show's finished, let's move on. On to the next one.
And you don't get a chance to, like, I think as well when you, like, there's a risk of, like, finishing a song or putting a project out or a tour or whatever, and then kind of basking in that afterglow for too long where I'll finish a tour and I'll be like, oh, that was incredible. I fucking blah, 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 and you're on this big high, and then months go by and you don't really get back. It's hard to restart that momentum, but doing it like this where you can't really, you just put the song out and then you're like, all right, on to the next one. It's actually way better. And I think that's how life should be. Like, celebrate the achievements, but just keep backing it up, because if you've got the sort of personality that is very, like I do, where it's very like achievement based, or you know, that's where my dopamine hit comes from. Is the little bloop, achievement unlocked in my brain. That's the only, like, because I've never been into money. I've never been into fame, or I've never been. There's lots of things that I don't give a fuck about, like material shit. Doesn't do it for me. But what does it for me is that bloop, achievement unlocked. And so if I can just keep hitting that, I always feel like I'm in a better place, like mentally and emotionally and physically and spiritually. Like, that's what motivates me. So, yeah, it really was the perfect way to write an album. Anyway, long story short.
No, it's it's best explanation of a project I've ever heard on this show.
Hey, we did it, chat!
Yay! Shouts to the chat. By the way, I'm loving the compliments on the chat. It's weird to do an interview like this and then sort of have it, and radio is way different because there's a delayed gratification, and then people might not tune in, they might not. This is really interesting, and it is that achievement unlocked thing of, oh wow, people are sort of enjoying it, and I can see it. People are like, oh, people are enjoying the chat. Thank you to the people in the chat are enjoying our little chat. But
real-time feedback.
It's really cool. At BRLSON for you Oz hip hop fans, go like us and all that kind of thing. Get my plug in, why not?
Nice.
So I think people tend to sleep on your bars. I don't think you get mentioned enough. I've thought about this for a while, and sort of like from like Coup de Grace, probably my favorite example of like your multis and how you sort of link that all together on that verse alone. I'm just like, Jesus. So do you think this is like you doing this project in this way and you just having to do bars? Do you think that's probably a way for people to sort of remember that you might be one of the better guys in the country at this?
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I didn't really think of it like that. Certainly, like when you're doing bars, there's an element of like I'm gonna show them, like I'm gonna flex, and that was my whole I mean, that was my whole reason for rapping in the first place. Was I loved the competitive sport aspect of it. You know, where I like to win. Like I treated it like a game almost, where I was like, I've got to win. So if I'm on a feature verse with someone, or even if I'm running bars, it's like I've got to win this. Like even if it's like I've got to beat myself. Like there's a competition and a hunger to it that I just always had. And then as I got deeper into my career, I started thinking about other things besides just winning. And you know, maybe just winning wasn't super unhealthy attitude, but it certainly shifted as I got later in my career, and I started thinking more about concepts and songs as songs, you know, with the choruses and trying to say things or trying to, I don't know, just something different than just like trying to hurt other rappers' feelings. And then now with Super Cool Treehouse, it was just really nice to just go back to that art of just trying to hurt people's feelings, and it felt fucking great. You know, it really did. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel a little bit like I'm underrated, or at least for some reason, maybe I'm not sure what it is. I just always feel like I can be left out of the conversation when people talk about like bars rappers. Like they're like, oh no, not him. He's the Waitress song guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's fair. Like, I'm not mad at it, but also there's a part of me that's like, dude, I can kill most rappers when it comes to bars.
100%.
Yeah. And that's not an ego thing. I'm trying to just like view it as objectively as I can, even though we're talking about myself. But that's just how it feels. And so, but that's cool. So hopefully with this new shit and joints like Castlevania, I feel like I can show, hey man, I really do this shit. Like I'm not fucking around. Also, the Waitress song, if you listen to the first verse, it's multied out the fucking art.
Yeah.
Anyway, it feels good, man. Feels good just to rap again.
Yeah,
feels
absolutely.
good to laugh again.
It's good. I enjoy that. So, the other project that you hate and you want it to sort of, you know, burn and die, will that ever see the light of day?
As in fucking Same Old Future?
Yeah, the one that you were writing and you like doing for like 6 years and you hate it and you did this one instead.
Absolutely. I've got songs. There's a bunch of songs written for that I really, really love. I've got the opening song, which is an important part of a record, as you know. Like the opening really dictates the feel, and there's heaps of there's lots of songs on it that I like. It's just, and I am working on it, and it will be finished, and I do have started the artwork, so it's real, it exists. But I'm just enjoying fucking rapping for the sake of rapping at the moment, and I think I hit an age where I decided, you know what? Fuck everyone. Fuck record labels.
Yeah.
Fuck management. Fuck money. Want to do what is fun for me. I want to make cool shit, and whatever that means, I'm going to make cool shit because life's too fucking short to grind if you're not enjoying it. So I'm going to do Super Cool Treehouse 2 because that's what I want to do.
Love it.
I started doing the Twitch streaming because that's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start a podcast this year because that's what I want to do. And I'm hitting that age where I'm like, you know what? Fuck. I just want to do the shit that I want to do because I've been waiting for so long to like start living post career. Like I was always like, dude, once my career gets to this point, and then I'll do all these other things in my head. I'll like, I don't know, write that fucking comic book that I always wanted to write, or help develop that video game that I always wanted. Like all these things that I have, these ideas, I was like, no, that's for later. That's for when I'm like a retired rapper. But then you get older and you're like, bro, let's just fucking do it. You know? You get a little bit like, it's weird. It's like people see rapping as this ultimate dream job, and it truly is. But it's like, it becomes like any job, as you know, like you've got a job that people would say that's a dream job. But as you know, after a while, it just gets normalized and it just becomes your job. And then, you know, there's lots of dreams. I got lots of things that I want to do, and I've been doing this for 12 years, and that can sometimes like the Seth Sentry thing can sometimes get a little stifling. Maybe not stifling is not the right word, but restrictive. Like people want you to do a particular thing, wash, rinse, repeat over and over again. It's like, but that wash, rinse, repeat is exactly why I started rapping in the first place, because I didn't want to do that. And then you get, people in the industry people are saying, oh, no, you've got to just fucking put record out after record, then it goes capital tour, then it goes regional tour, and then you put another record out, and then it goes capital tour, then regional tour, then record, then capital tour, regional tour, blah, 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 and then you're like, well, why don't I just work a normal fucking job if I'm going to do this, Yeah. So it's like my whole thing, what I've always promoted is do what feels good, make cool shit. And so I just want to make cool shit.
I think that's the perfect way to end our chat here on the program. That is one of the more beautiful rants we've ever had on this show too. It's like it's up there with like I think I would say when Graphic from Clandestine was on the show talking about his record in 2016. Have you heard that one? It's a good one.
No, I have not.
Raw Intelligence album. It's good.
We should listen to it after this.
Yeah, throw it on. Throw it on for the stream. It's deep, very deep.
Hell yeah.
That's
like, awesome, Gavin. Where are you based, by the way? Are you Sydney, Brisbane?
Perth.
Perth. Okay, work. So what time is it there?
It is
2 o'clock. Yeah. No, 12 o'clock. Wait.
3. It will be 1:30. 1:30.
Oh, are you guys only 2 hours behind now?
Yeah. The daylight savings thing drops back.
Right. So you guys,
all good.
You guys have no idea what we're going through, really, do you? Oh, Perth.
Yeah.
What did you get? 2 lockdowns of 3 days apiece?
Yeah, pretty much. Like there was the initial one, which I think was like 2 or 3 weeks, and then there was like a little one after that, and then another little one, and I think we've had.
Oh, you got 3.
Have we had 3? Maybe not. I think we've only had the 2, and then we had like a one that was a bit of a. Oh, you know what? We did have one February, and then we had one recently as well. I was away. I worked FIFO, so I was away for that.
Oh,
so
nice.
Masks on site are never fun.
You say you do FIFO?
I do.
What sort of FIFO job?
I work the shut circuit.
The shark circuit?
Shutdowns. So, just go up, they send a bunch of people up there, they fix equipment, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, in the mines and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, man. And you do this as well?
Yes. Yeah, so I'll do this. I'll do this when I'm at home.
Gavin, how dare you let me sit here in my comfortable studio eating salmon, talking, bitching about fucking hard work, and you're flying in and fucking dismantling mining equipment. Unbelievable.
I'm a TA. I hold a hose and move billets and stuff. I'm not the tradies. I'm not a tradie. I'll put that make that very clear.
Well, thanks for letting me do my rant and not butting in and going, hey, dude, hey, man, I've just been dismantling a bulldozer.
Most of the time, it's most of the time the work's on chutes and that kind of thing. Basically the tubes where the rocks fall down for people who've never been up there, which is a lot of people. Trust me, I've only been doing it a couple of years, so. Before I went up there, I worked in hospitality and retail and that kind of stuff. So
How long did you do hospitality for?
Oh, years. I worked at Ridges Hotel in the centre of Perth. It's no longer there. It's the Intercontinental.
I know Ridges. I've stayed at Ridges.
The one in the city, like right in the middle, like Hay Street or something.
Was that yours?
Yeah, where I was, that was like it closed in 2015.
Right up, you weren't responsible for closing, of course.
No. A major corporation bought out another major corporation.
Speaking of major corporations, I'm blacklisted from every Oaks hotel in Australia. You know that?
What did you do?
Nothing. Threw a bunch of furniture off the balcony into the swimming pool once. We were young. We were young. It was like one of our first tours. And what was crazy though, dude, is we were real wasted, right? And we were up on the balcony and we just started hucking furniture off into the pool. And but what was mental was, and I remember it vividly, me and DJ Sizzle, we never really acknowledged that we were doing it. Like, we weren't even laughing. We were doing it like it was our job. It was really strange, dude. Like, we were having a conversation about something unrelated to the furniture while we just hucked furniture over. Like, it was like in between cigarettes. We're just like,
Yeet.
yeah. So anyway, I told the guy, you better give me that. It's like, it was so weird. And then also we were so nonchalant that when the cops rocked up to the door, knock. Honestly, like, I shit you not, between 7 and 12 cops rocked up. It was nuts. And they all walked in the door, and we were so confused because we didn't even remember what we'd done. So we were just like, hello, can I help you? And they're like, someone's throwing furniture off the balcony. We're like, oh, certainly not us, sir. You can feel free to look around. And they went straight to the balcony, and they were like, where's all the furniture from this balcony? And we're like, oh, that. Right. No, that's that. Yes. No, that has been thrown over. And we got kicked out that night. And then months later, we were booking a tour, and I rocked up to a different Oaks in a different city. And they were like, Seth, and I was like, yep. No, like, you can't stay here. And I was like, why? And they're like, the furniture. I was like, yeah, right, the furniture thing. And so it's still, that was like 10 years ago or something, and still to this day, dude, can't stay in an Oaks.
Yeah.
Take me back, Oaks. I've grown. I've changed.
Oh, that is amazing. That's awesome. I love that story. This has been an absolute honor to chat with you, and of course our live crew out there. We'll get the plugs in for the radio version. So the album Super Cool Treehouse is dropping on June 18th, and people can get their pre-orders from where?
You can pre-order from we're not going to do CDs because who the fuck buys CDs? I don't even have a CD player anymore. So it's pretty much if we print a bunch.
Sorry to interrupt, but I literally bought from eBay the old Culture of Kings record on CD.
Oh, well, I've got shitloads of CDs. Hang on, here we go. Let's pick a random. I buy CDs still. I'm trying to find one that you would. Trying to find an old Aussie hip hop CD for you, Gav.
This is literally the best podcast ever.
But literally no one fucking buys them anymore. There you go. Here's a real hip hop classic.
What do we got here?
Oh, actually, here you go. This will make you flip. I've got Jace Connection Beatheads Volume 1.
That's a good record.
It's a good record. Also, the classic MF Doom Food. So I've got hundreds of CDs still, but as a whole, no one buys them, and they just go to landfill eventually. So it's environmentally irresponsible at this point. But we are going to do vinyl, so that's the that's the backup plan. And so you can pre-order, not the vinyl yet, but you can I don't think it's called pre-order. It's called pre-save. You can pre-save the Super Cool Treehouse album now on Spotify and Apple Tunes or whatever the fuck, Apple Music, and the other one, the what's the other one called? Something Music? Google Music?
Oh, yeah, no. Google Music. I think that's the one.
The Google Music? Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. We got the pre-order and pre on the chat right now.
There's there you go, right there. Click that link, people in the chat.
Beautiful. And we're going to tour in August. Dates still to be confirmed, but we're going to go around the country. Lockdown willing.
Indeed. This has been awesome, and thanks very much for joining us on the program.
Thanks, Gab. Thanks for joining us on the program.
Yeah, indeed. It's a two-way thing. This is probably the biggest audience one of these will ever have. Shouts to everyone. By the way,
great, man.
Yeah. Oh no, it's me. Yeah, that's me doing the wrap up. I just saw you doing the wrap.
No, you killed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you've been around enough. It's like, all right, he's doing the wrap up thing now to finish up his end.
I know what it is, too. It's also nice to speak to a pro because a lot of times you do these interviews, as you would have seen before, where the first question is, so who are you and what do you do? Tell us a bit about yourself. It's like, oh, this is going to be long.
Oh, absolutely. I'm guilty of that question as well. Of like, you get some, brand new act.
Don't ever ask them who are you and what do you do, man.
Oh, not that one. I try and word it a little bit like, what's your story? What's your background? All that kind of nonsense. Yeah.
What? I think what's your story is worse.
Yeah, it's a terrible opening question. It's actually the opening question I normally will ask to a debut.
How many children on rollerblades could you beat in a fight? That's your opening question from now on, Gav.
That's so much better than how do you take your coffee? I've been using that for 15 years, but that's so much better.
Fuck, thanks, Gav. It's been awesome.
Dropping EDM, hip-hop, and a bunch of best beats programs around. If you want bangers, you'll be in the right place with Tune One. Tune1.com.au. That's tune1.com.au. Tune One, proud show sponsor.